What's going on, guys? It's ItsAdiar back with another PoE 1 video for Legacy of Phrecia. This is going to be my first strategy guide, currency strategy guide, excuse me, that I'm going to be releasing for the season. This is going to be an Exarch and a Conqueror tier 16 rush. I managed to make about 12 div an hour, I think it was like 12.2 after expenses. This is my wealthy Exile screenshot before I bulked everything out. So you can see we've got a ton of things here. This is just the maps alone. Just a ton of stuff here that we had to go ahead and like bulk out. I removed a lot of the stuff, like there's a bunch of div cards here that weren't really gonna sell that we had to get out of there. I kind of just looted them to loot them, but it is what it is. This is the wealthy Exile after about after about 4 hours of selling things. I kind of just had it on while I was working on other stuff and sold some things. And we came out to basically 60 on the dot. We did a 50 map test that took us 4.16 hours. All right, it was pretty much a spot on 5 minutes per map that we ran. And this is a quick breakdown of what we had after. So as you can see, we liquidated this down quite a bit. 28 divine, over 3,000 chaos. A couple of things here and there that I didn't quite sell yet, like a jewel for 50C or a chain diffusing, but pretty much everything here is gone. One of the big things that you're going to notice, I'll go ahead and take you in game to show you this, is that one of the things that we're picking up is a ton of Conqueror influenced items. These are selling, I'm selling a few of these an hour at 50C a piece. Also that my idols are in there too. I haven't really sold any idols out of what we pulled yet. But also like gloves with +1 strike, these sell for 50 to 75C. I sold multiple. I found and sold multiple +1 frenzy charge gloves for anywhere between 1.5 to 2 divine a piece. I found a mirrored ring that was the worst version of this one that sold for 3. I've still got an idol that needs to sell for 4. So like there's a bunch of stuff here that still needs to sell. The biggest hits haven't even sold yet. So like these gloves for 6, this will probably sell for 3 or 4. This it'll probably sell for 8. But like the biggest finds aren't even here. Just the bases are what I sold. Other than the 3 divine ring, and we found multiple bases, and we are target farming these bases, so we're not going to be pulling those out of our results. We're specifically looking for these bases. Let me go ahead and take you into a couple of screenshots that I've got for you here. All right, so here's a couple of screenshots of just a couple of things. Like there's a pair of frenzy gloves right there selling for a divine and 58 or 68, something like that, chaos. There's the ring that sold. Let's see, there's another pair of gloves for 1.5 getting sold. And then this is the big thing. This is super important. If you try to bulk out your Exarch currency, you're gonna get like half price for it. Okay, let me take you in game and I'll show you why. If you try to bulk out here, Faustus's rates are much lower than what I was selling for. In fact, they're like half. So if I go to lesser Eldritch Embers for chaos, right, it says 1.1 here, and then like if you're buying them, it's 1.7. I was selling these for anywhere between 1.9 to 2 a piece, and the same goes for all of the other ones. The reason is I'm not selling through Faustus, I'm just letting people contact me to buy them. There are a lot of people that are in the game that are not creating gold, people that are running Heist, people that are running Sanctum. They don't get gold, so they can't use Faustus, so they just pay they pay a little bit of a premium. And when you've got the bulk, you can do that. As you can see, coming back over to our pre-sell snapshot, you can see we had hundreds of currency. It is a large portion of your finds. We had over 340 of the smalls, over 200 of the mediums, and 100 of the grands. One other thing that I wanted to go ahead and show you, we did a 50 map test. If you see here, we dropped 43 jungle valleys and another 39 toxic sewers on top of that. That's pretty close to being able to. All right, now as for the actual strategy itself, let me go ahead and pull you down here. We have 3 unique idols that we are currently using on this strategy. The first is going to be Wrath of the Cosmos. This is giving us additional chance for an upside and additional downside effects as well. After that, we're using Singular Focus to find more favored maps. And the last one we're using is Endless Tide. I'm using this because I got Beyond on my idols, and I don't want to rebuy the idols. And I felt like before I put this in, I wasn't quite getting as many Exarch spawns as I wanted. Once I put this in, that kind of alleviated that. if you don't get beyond on your stuff, don't worry about this. As far as our bigs that we're using, as you can see, I'm kind of lazy. We could technically have another big one here if I would just finish out my Atlas bonuses, but we didn't do that, so it is what it is. Also haven't killed Shaper because that fight's boring. This is what matters on your big idols. You 100% want +2 additional shrines, and you want Eldritch Embers found in your maps have a chance to be duplicated. Right now, those 2 mods combined, super cheap. If you get 1 shrine, if you want 2 shrines, you're looking at about a divine. Super, super, super cheap. On the idols here, we have, we got very, very specific with our three-way idols. We want each of the numbers that we care about on here to equal 100%. So we have 51% chance to contain altars here, 53% chance to spawn an Exarch altar at the very first pack that spawns, and then we got 49% chance for shrines to have another pack. So once I did that, I made sure to find one that would complement it and get all 3 of those numbers to 100. So with those 2 idols combined, we have 100% chance to have altars, which are natural spawns that can proc Exarch altars. We have extra packs on our shrines, and we are shrine stacking to get more Exarch spawns. And we are guaranteed to get a altar spawn the very first pack of Exarch that spawns. 100% of the time, we will get an altar. No questions asked. Past that, moving on to your smalls, there are 3 modifiers that you want here that are going to be very, very impactful for you. The first one is going to be your Searing Exarch pack size. If you can get that, you want that as high as possible. The second one is going to be tier 1 to 15 maps found have a chance to become 1 tier higher. This is why we're able to sustain our maps as well as we are. I don't have that on all of them, but I have it on a number of them. I have it on like 3 or 4 different smalls here. And then lastly, shrine duration. That's a thing for you. I don't know. I took it because 1, I didn't have anything else that I wanted to put on there, but 2, I didn't want, that was also like blocking mods that I don't want. Like you don't want Jun on here. Jun is bad. If don't buy an idol with Jun on it. Don't buy an idol with Einhar on it. If you can, try to avoid having other things on your idols, because other things that spawn can eat up your spawn. Like there's only so many spots in your maps that your things can spawn in. So you want to try to get as few extra things that you're not farming as possible on there. On the map device, we are of course using the Domination. This is a 3C craft to get extra additional shrines. For the Influence, we're using Searing Exarch. Our compasses, or excuse me, our scarabs, we're going to be using Influence Scarab of Hordes, 2 Domination Scarabs, and then we're using 1 Domination Scarab of Apparitions. So these are about 5C, these are about 3C, and these are about 1.5C. This thing is so strong. This is what's giving us all of our bases that we're dropping. It's incredible. It's incredible how strong this actually is, right? I've sold, like even with just the bulk pricing, I've been selling anywhere between 2 to 5 items out of this tab every hour. And that's not even counting like the bigger items, like the good bases with like +1 frenzy and stuff like that. Coming into our spreadsheet, sorry for the flashbang. All right, so this is our map costs. We paid 8C for each map. We vaulted every single map, so that was another quarter of a chaos there. 5C for the Horde Scarab, 6C for the 2 Shrine Scarabs, and then 1.5 for the Conqueror Scarab. Map mod was 23. Our total cost per map is 23.75 chaos. And for the 50 map test, it was 1,187.5. Map time was about 5 minutes, and our total time was 250 minutes, which is 4.16 hours. Pre-bulk was 46, post-bulk was 60. After our expenses, our revenue was 6,612.5 chaos. Per hour, that was 1,587.25. Per map, that is 132.25. Broken down into divines, our gross profits so far, not counting everything that hasn't sold yet, was 60. Expenses were 9.13 divine. Revenue was 50.87. And that's about all I've got for you. I want to keep that, it's about as concise as I can get this. If you've got any questions, feel free to drop them and I will go ahead and give you whatever answers you need. I'm ItsAdiar. Thank you for watching the video. If you liked it, go ahead and throw me a sub. I'm trying to grow the channel and I would very much appreciate your assistance with that. Thank you for your time. Bye-bye. Love you.